Hi, it's Sherri from A Quilting Life, and I'm here today to share Moda Block Heads 3 Block 19, which is the compass point block by Brigitte Heitland of Zen Chic. And I just love her fun block this week, and it is another foundation paper piece block, but a little bit easier than the last one that we did. So I'll give you some of my tips and tricks and kind of walk you through what I did. This week's block was a lot of fun to make, and if you're new to foundation paper piecing and haven't tried it before, this is actually a really great block to try out this technique with. And I filmed a video with a step-by-step how-to the last time we had a foundation paper piece block. And I'll link that so that you can go and watch that video. It'll give you lots of tips and tricks for making this block. And as I mentioned, this block will actually be easier to make than the one I filmed the video for. One reason this block is easier is because it has 4 large pieces of your background fabric and then just the 8 smaller pieces of the prints that you're going to use. And I actually laid my fabric scraps out before I made the block in the same pattern that they were going to be in this block, so that I made sure I liked the color placement. And you know, for example, I wouldn't have wanted the 2 greens, you know, maybe in the same half of the block. So I made sure that they were separated and that I really liked the layout before I started putting everything together. Another thing I'll show you is that I do leave the foundation paper on the back until I get ready to sew this into my quilt. The only place I take it out are in the major seam allowances. So I did go ahead and take out the paper there and press that flat, but I'll leave the rest of this paper on until it's time to put the block together in the quilt. This was a super fun block to make, and if you haven't tried it yet, this is a great one to try it out with. And I will link to Brigitte's pattern in the description below, and also to my blog post and to the special tools that I used in the other video that help you when you're doing this foundation paper piecing. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this little video that I did for Moda Block Heads 3 Block 19, the compass point block by Brigitte Heitland of Zen Chic. And as I mentioned earlier, I do have a foundation paper piecing video that will walk you through this technique if you haven't tried it yet. And if you didn't try it with the last block that we had and you want to try it this time, this is a really good block to try out this technique with, because it is so much more simple than some of the paper foundation piece blocks we've had so far. I hope you'll subscribe to the channel, and thanks so much for stopping by.